Alright, I'm going to show you how to make the bread. Here's the paddle. So you want to make sure the paddle is securely in place and that it spins freely. See, that it spins. Okay, I'll come to the next part in a second. Now what we're going to be making is other basic breads, French bread course variations. We're going to be making this one, basic French bread. These will be the ingredients. So we're going to start with water. Okay, you want to make sure it's exactly at 7/8, no more, no less. The exact measurements are crucial. So you put it in there, and then you want to, with this here, you don't want it wet, so you want to clean that out. Next on the ingredients, it's 2 1/4 cup bread flour. So this here is the bread flour, King Arthur bread flour. So what I do is I put it in a bowl like that, and that way if you spill any, it lands in the bowl, which there will be some spill. Now when you pour it, you don't want to tap it and get flour in and then put more in and then tap it. You just want to fill it to the top and then scrape it off, and that's all you do. So I'll demonstrate. I got the flour. I'm going to try and do this with one hand. Alright, so I'm going to pour it in there, bread flour. That's all you do. No tapping. See? Then you want to even it out with a knife. So, it's kind of hard to do this, but yeah, you'll just straighten it out with a knife. Can't really do this with two hands, but yeah, you just want to straighten it out. Okay, you see how it's straightened out? And you put it in there, and you're going to do that for 2 1/4 cups. Dumping it in a large bowl means that you can put it all back in here really cleanly. Pull this over so you can pour all that back in there, and you don't have any going to waste. See? Alright, next we're going to do, that was bread flour. Next we're going to do 1/3 cup all-purpose flour. That's what we have here. So, make sure you don't have, okay. Okay, here's the 1/3 cup of bread flour. I'm sorry, all-purpose flour. There. And then I just kind of spread it out. Don't go too far down, because then the water's under there. So you just want to keep the dry ingredients separate from the wet ingredients. So, great. Next thing we have is 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, you should have gotten one of these things. This side is teaspoon, that side is tablespoon. So it's calling for 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. So let's stuff it in the sugar, and there's a line on the side. I don't know if you can see. You can't see it in the video, but there's a line on this little tablespoon marker. It shows you 1/2 tablespoon. So once you get that, you kind of just spread it around like so. There's 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. Next we have 1 teaspoon of salt. So I have my salt right here. We're going to get 1/2 teaspoon. See if I can do this with holding the phone. Okay, might work. Okay. It's 1 teaspoon? 1 teaspoon. I let it pour over. Now just there, that looks pretty good. Yeah. 1 teaspoon. So we'll put that in there. Now the last thing we have, I'm going to clean this little thing out here, is 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast. That's what this guy is here. See that? Alright, So this is important though. Don't want it to hit the water. So what you want to do is you want to make a little scoop, just a little one. I just make a little indentation there in the middle. See? Not too far deep because then you'll hit the water. So you want 1 teaspoon. Put it down for a second. There is my teaspoon of active dry yeast. Pour that in the middle. Oh, somebody's calling me. Hold on. Okay, all my ingredients are in. So, I have my bread maker. So you carefully place it in there in an angle. You'll feel it go in the little slot. Oh, I haven't felt it go in the slot yet. Hold on. Come on now. There it is. So, oh, there it is. And then you want to lock it into place. Lock. You won't hear a lock. It just, till it doesn't move anymore. Put that down. Close it. Now we're going to turn it on. So then we have the mode selector. So what we're making is French bread. So you want to hit the mode selector until that little indicator right there hops around to the French bread. For example, now it's on firm, soft, up, French bread. So it's going to finish 5 hours from now. So let's say I know I'm going to eat in 8 hours. You know, so you can actually move this timer up by hitting the timer button. So it has like a delayed start. So let's say, you know, in 7 hours and 30 minutes I want it to be ready because I want to give it 30 minutes to cool off. So there you go, but this I want it in 5 hours. Keep hitting down to get to 5 hours. That's the minimum for French bread, which is my favorite. And then you just hit start. And that's all there is to it, and it'll do its thing for 5 hours. And it'll be smelling great when it's done.